Hey guys, looks like I'm live back here again for another installment of the Power of Positive Thinking. Now, if you, just a bit of quick background here. The Power of Positive Thinking is a book I read a few months ago by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, all about how the way that you think affects how your life ends up. And so I found it to be very compelling. I thought it was a really good book. And there are a whole bunch of practical suggestions that you can take in the book. Way too many for me to process all at once. So I decided that I was going to do one per week, focus on that one per week, and I was going to share it on this live session with you. So last week, we were talking about how your emotions affect your physical body. How if you're angry all the time, or you're resentful, or you're jealous, or you're fearful, it will create physical problems in your body, whereas the opposite is true as well. So if you're loving, if you're kind, if you're generous, if you're happy, that's going to actually heal your body of bad things and recreate your body essentially in a better way, in a way that's more healthy for you. And so the section that I'm going to read this time is about how to control anger. Now, this is something that I've struggled with a lot in the past. I used to be a very angry person in general, so I'm always looking for suggestions for this. This is very helpful for me, and probably for a lot of you guys too, especially like these next couple weeks right before election day. There's a lot of silliness, let's say, that people are spreading that tends to make people angry. So I think this will be very helpful for everybody. So okay, I'll start a little bit early. Since irritation, anger, hate, and resentment have such a powerful effect in producing ill health, what is the antidote? Obviously, it is to fill the mind with the attitudes of goodwill, forgiveness, faith, love, and the spirit of imperturbability. And how is that accomplished? Following are some practical suggestions. They have been used successfully by many in counterattacking especially the emotion of anger. A consistent application of these suggestions can produce feelings of well-being. 1. Remember that anger is an emotion and that emotion is always warm, even hot. Therefore, to reduce an emotion, cool it. And how do you cool it? When a person gets angry, the fists tend to clench. The voice rises in stridency. Muscles tense. The body becomes rigid. Psychologically, you are poised for fight. Adrenaline shoots through the body. This is the old caveman hangover in the nervous system. So deliberately oppose the heat of this emotion with coolness. Freeze it out. Deliberately, by an act of will, keep your hands from clenching. Hold your fingers out straight. Deliberately reduce your tone. Bring it down to a whisper. Remember that it is difficult to argue in a whisper. Slump in a chair or even lie down if possible. It's very difficult to get mad lying down. Say aloud to yourself, don't be a fool. This won't get me anywhere, so skip it. At that moment, it may be a bit hard to pray, but try it anyway. At least conjure up a picture of Jesus Christ in your mind and try to think of him mad just as you are. You can't do it, and the effort will serve to puncture your angry emotions. So I think that's very helpful. This is kind of what I've been saying, what I've been doing for myself is I say, don't be a fool. This won't get me anywhere, so skip it. Right? I mean, if you've noticed, what happens after you get angry? Usually nothing good. Probably you ruin your day. In the best case scenario, you're unhappy and you ruin your day. Worst case scenario, you do something stupid that you totally regret and has negative repercussions for years to come. Right? So if you can recognize that in the moment and get enough distance to say, okay, this anger is not serving me. How can I get rid of it? Right. And then you get rid of the physiological manifestations of anger, such as the clenched fists, such as the tense muscles. I notice when I get angry, my neck and my shoulders get really tense. And so if you can consciously release that definitely helps, whatever it happens to be in your body. So I think this is super helpful, and I'm definitely going to keep this in mind. I invite you guys to do the same. So thanks, guys. See you next week.